Hey, what's up guys, my name is Charlie. Today we're going to be reacting to some more Angry Video Game Nerd, and it's going to be episode 181. That is right, 181 episodes. Dear Lord, coming close to that 200 number. So this one's going to be bad Final Fight games. What were you expecting? Were you expecting good Final Fight games? You came to the wrong channel. If you're expecting good Final Fight games, you are on the wrong channel. This is gonna be bad. And I'm not meaning bad as in, oh dude, that's bad, that's totally cool bad. No, it's fucking bad. It's bad to the bone. We're gonna see so much badness, it's gonna turn your Dr. Pepper into a sort of different color. That's how bad it is. It'll turn Dr. Pepper into Crystal Dr. Pepper. I don't know, that's how bad it is. But let's check out this video and see how bad this episodes and these video games are gonna be. So let's play this video and pray to God that it's not that bad, even though it says so in the title. Let's go.
Thanks for watching this episode of Angry Video Game Nerd on bad Final Fight games. But are you a bad enough dude to get Raycon's new everyday E25 earbuds? Raycon has some of the best wireless earbuds on the market.
I'm bad enough to
with Bluetooth pairing, 6
Pepper.
hours of playtime, and they recharge in their compact carry case. They look stylish, fitting in your ears snugly and matching your style snugly. And clearly, they sound clear, which really matters to a music lover like me. Speaking of music, they were co-created by R&B singer Ray J and worn by P. Diddy and various other artists and celebrities. Lastly, they're affordable, starting at half the price of those other wireless earbuds on the market. And when you click our link in the description, you'll get 15% off your Raycon
We're gonna stop using the word bad, I'm sorry.
buyraycon.com/cinemasssacre.
Alright, now the promotion's out of the way. He has to do it to support his channel. It's cool.
He's gonna take you back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass. He'd rather have.
God, I've missed this music. Just listen to that music. Doesn't that bring you back? None of this remix bullshit. Just a classic. It's good to go back to the roots. Sometimes you need the classic music, honestly. The original. Oh, God bless.
If you've ever been to an arcade, you've probably played Capcom's premier brawler, Final Fight. It's a downright classic. Choosing your favorite character and then laying waste to the dregs of Metro City was a rite of passage for all those who had stepped into the hallowed halls of the local video arcade. While today, Capcom is more known for its overabundance of Street Fighter and Resident Evil sequels, back then, they were revolutionizing the beat-em-up genre. They took what Double Dragon and Renegade had started and sought to improve and innovate. While Bimmy and Jimmy were basically just palette swaps, Guy, Cody, and Hagar were three unique fighters with different movesets and styles. The gameplay was satisfying, the sound of the hits was bone-rattling, and the music was simply badass. Also, what other game lets you play as a hulking pro-wrestling mayor beating his own citizens into submission? The answer is Final Goddamn Fight. Of course, contrary to the name, it wasn't the final Fight. There were sequels and spin-offs out the ass. Many members of the Final Fight cast would even go on to become mainstays in the Street Fighter franchise.
Like Jason out of space.
Cody appeared back in the Alpha series, along with Sodom and Rolenta.
Like Jason
Later
X or
on,
something.
others such as Andor, also known as Hugo, Poison, and Abigail would square up in the iconic Tournament Fighter. So what in the holy name of shit happened to Final Fight? Capcom jizzes out tons of Street Fighters and Resident Evils all the time, but why aren't we getting any new Final Fight games? Was it actually final? I mean, even Streets of Rage, a game that was meant to be a competitor to Final Fight,
have all the games and remaster
them
in HD
with a fourth title just released.
PC.
Well, here I have the two Final Fight games that any fan of Final Fight will tell you fuck the franchise into oblivion. They were released just over 6 years apart, and were created by the same developer, Capcom USA, also known as Capcom Studio 8. So here we have Final Fight Revenge for the Sega Saturn and Final Fight Streetwise for PlayStation 2.
Okay.
We'll start with Final Fight Revenge. Now,
Okay.
you'll notice by the jewel case that this is a Japan-only release. So it comes in a regular CD jewel case instead of the gargantuan American Saturn case. The great thing about the Saturn is you don't need to mod it to play Japanese games. All you need is one of these things, an action replay. Now, I know the review is about Final Fight games, but bear with me a minute. I gotta talk about this graphic design.
All right.
The box pissed me off so much I had to research fonts. The sticker on the actual cartridge itself is using Bauhaus MDBT, but the logo on the box is Arial Black, and on the bottom they use Algerian. But that's not all. When you turn this son of a bitch over, they commit the ultimate graphic design sin. They used motherfucking Comic Sans. At least it's not Papyrus or Papyrus Sans. Oh, make it stop. It's hideous. I don't even want to look at it anymore. I'd rather huff a doggy bag full of bison turds. I'm talking M. Bison. Okay, let's play the game.
Yeah, okay. Let's play the game. Let's just stick that fucker in and let's see how this baby pops.
Final Fight Revenge is the only game in the series that's an actual tournament fighter, probably because it's real lousy. The game just has a stiff and almost unresponsive feel at times, especially compared to any of the Street Fighter games. Honestly, this one ranks down there with Street Fighter the movie, the game, and I'm talking the arcade version. That being said, the game is actually pretty cool if you're a fan of the Final Fight series. It's got most of the characters from the game, only missing a couple bosses and minor enemies. The graphics are colorful and vibrant, and the gameplay itself is interesting.
You're already dead.
It focuses less on the technical side and more on all-out brawling.
Brings me back to
Levels
the
are littered
good
with
old
weapons
days.
you can pick up and use against your opponent, like guns, knives, pipes, and even bazookas. It took me a minute to figure out how to pick them up, though.
Guns.
But with a little practice, I was actually kicking ass. Now, I'm no expert when it comes to fighting games, but maybe that's what I enjoy about this. It's silly and fun while still offering a challenge. But you want to see some weird shit, don't you?
Oh yes, I
Check
want to
this
see the
out.
weird shit.
The special moves are some of the weirdest I've seen in a fighting game. Even the ones that make sense are still really weird. Guy hits you with an explosion, then the perspective changes, and he whips shurikens at the opponent while they try to run away.
What the
I've
hell?
never seen something like this before in a tournament fighter, where the perspective shifts to behind the player. It's used a lot, too. Rolento chases you down with a helicopter, and Eddie E turns into a police car and tries to run you down.
What the fuck?
Hagar's took me a good minute to figure out. I had no idea what the hell was happening at first. Hagar just hugs the air, and nothing happens. It turns out that it only works if your enemy does a jump kick towards you.
Oh. Wow, that's a bit pointless.
Like I said, I'm not an expert in fighting games. Sometimes I have trouble pulling off a Hadouken. But this is like 2 Hadoukens in a row, then kick, and your enemy has to be jump kicking.
Yeah, that's too.
Oh, don't get me
way too
started on
specific.
Hagar's second special move, because you have to rotate the D-pad in a 360 motion twice. You might as well not even have a special. The one special move that makes absolutely no sense to me is Poison's. She blows a kiss at you, which then causes a bunch of pictures to flash on the screen.
Whoa,
They're
what the
all
fuck
really
was that? Did that- whoa.
suggestive photos of her, too. She's licking a
Okay.
popsicle, posing all sexy and shit.
What the
I don't
fuck?
get how this would hurt you. I mean, I understand shooting
Maybe it's
shurikens at
programming
someone
the
or
kids.
chasing them down in an attack helicopter, but how the fuck is blowing a kiss, then flashing sexy pictures supposed to hurt someone? Also, if you pull this attack off as the final blow, she dances on a stripper pole. Again, how does this hurt? You basically just battle your
If I
way
was
through
playing that
every
as a
fighter
kid,
until
I
you
would-
get to
I would not be
Belger or
complaining.
Belger or whatever is the final boss from the original Final Fight. Only this time, he stopped living and became a crazy mixed-up zombie. He can stretch out like Dawson and even lose limbs as you're fighting him. It's
Damn.
by far the weirdest thing up until this point. That is
Exploding
until the
body
credits,
parts.
when he
Jesus.
does the fucking Thriller dance. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, not the thriller.
So that's Final Fight Revenge. Overall, it makes my bowels bubble. I mean, not spray diarrhea
pens
or
are
anything
wonky.
like that.
That's
just
driving me mad.
a wet fart.
Does anyone notice his
This
pencil
game's
wonky?
pretty
It's like,
rare and fetches a pretty high price, and it's honestly just not worth it to me.
Jesus.
You'd either
That's a lot
have
of
to
money.
be a Final Fight mega fan to pay money for this, or be somebody who's addicted to buying shit and have no concept in the value of money. You have to be a total loser. Thanks, Matt McMuscle, for sending me your copy.
Oh boy, that was the roast. Oh, that was an absolute roast. Oh,
Here we
that
go.
was
Time for
that
Final
was the
Fight
roast.
Streetwise, the final nail in Final Fight's coffin. Finally. So, here's a question for you. Did you ever drink a bunch of blue Powerade and then take a bright green shit? If so, that's basically this game's entire color palette. Everywhere you look are shades of shit, barf, and piss. Everything is covered in
Why
a
is it
dense
like
fog,
fucking
like somebody
Silent
wiped
Hill?
their ass all over the camera lens.
Are we in
I honestly
Silent
can't
Hill?
tell
What
if
the
you're
fuck
supposed
is
to be in
this
Metro
misty
City
bullshit?
or Purgatory. It reminds me of Spawn the Eternal for the PlayStation and doesn't really
Never
look that
seen
much
it.
better. And mind you, this game came out in 2006. That's
Jesus,
right.
2006.
Take a long look at this and realize this game came out the same year the PS3 debuted.
Jesus
The
fucking
gameplay
Christ.
is a mixture of
Wow.
running around aimlessly, mashing buttons, and trying to suppress the burning urge to turn the PS2 off and chuck it through your neighbor's window. You play as a guy named Kyle, who's the roided-up douchebag brother of Cody from the original Final Fight. Pretty much what happens is your brother Cody gets kidnapped by a guy named The Stiff.
The
You have to get him
Stiff.
back. On the way, you have to complete fetch quests
Seems a
and
bit
play
like a
bunch
stiffy
of
to me.
stupid mini games. These offer you money, which you can use to buy new moves, but all they really do is grind the game to a halt. You can play the world's most boring game of darts, 3-card Monty, and even a shooting gallery with rubber ducks that make chicken noises for some reason.
Why the fuck did they make chicken
One of the most
noises?
frequent
They're
minigames
dogs.
is destroying cars. This is kind of like an homage to the minigame in the original Final Fight and Street Fighter 2, but it happens a lot. What's wrong with these people? I mean, imagine walking down the street and all of a sudden somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, I'll give you $200 to destroy this person's car."
It happens all the time.
That'd be pretty awesome, actually. The
It would
game
be
tries
all-
insanely
it happens
hard
in
to be
Detroit all the
edgy at
time,
every
trust me.
possible second. There's a sign here for Blue Ball Video. Come get some.
Oh, come
man,
on.
if I played this back when I
Blue
was
balls.
15, I'm sure I'd have given that a chuckle. But I've matured since then and moved on.
Like a piece
to
of
shit
cheese.
jokes. Also, check out this billboard for Slipknot. It's kind of random, but fucking awesome. The game is filled with sexual references that aged like fine, heavy cream behind a radiator, especially when you get to the porn theater. I tried
dear
running
Lord.
around punching the dude sitting in the theater, but it didn't work, unfortunately. Imagine
gotta
that,
beat 'em off.
watching a porn movie with your half-chub, and a dude runs over and clocks you in the fucking jaw. Uncool, man.
It's another way of
Another
getting
weird
beaten
thing
off.
about this theater is the music. It was driving me insane because I could have sworn I heard it somewhere. Then I realized it's all made with Apple GarageBand music loops. Just listen. Also, when you interrogate the boss here, the music is the same as the ending theme to America's Court with Judge Kevin Ross.
Jesus. Oh. He's gonna crack his melon open. I don't know who
Don't ask me how I know
who that guy is.
The game boils down to run here, talk to that guy, run there, fight that guy, run back here, talk to and fight that guy, and then fight a boss, rinse and repeat. It's monotonous and gives me some serious Life of Black Tiger vibes. Eventually, you start fighting zombies or some shit and get to meet up with former mayor Mike Hagar like 3 hours into the game, which is cool, I guess. Honestly, if it weren't for him showing up, I think I would have forgotten I was playing a Final Fight game. I can see why this was the final fight. So here I'm going to help this cop find some gun runners or some shit. I find the first guy, give him a
can be
good
arranged.
stabbing,
Oh.
and the game crashed.
What the fuck is this? Like the
Yeah,
crow?
whatever. I'll just reset and load my game.
No fucking way!
Didn't autosave?
Oh,
Silly man.
fuck
Why would I
no!
assume that? I mean, a game that came out in 2006 when Xbox 360, Wii, and PS3 were all already out. I mean, why would I assume that this game would autosave?
Oh, come
Excuse
on.
me for just 1 minute.
Yeah, I could feel the anger. Fuck that. That's not cool. It should have an autosave. Manual save that bullshit. Ugh.
Hello?
Hey, is this the angry video game nerd?
Yeah, who the fuck is this?
Matt McMuscles.
I didn't order any mussels. Who is this?
The guy you stole Final Fight Revenge from in Portland?
You mean borrowed Final Fight Revenge from in Portland?
Agree to disagree. So, judging by the shifting tectonic activity in my area and the loud echoing of fuck we heard throughout Canada, I'm guessing you assumed Final Fight Streetwise would not lie to you about its save feature. Not only does it not autosave, it only saves after certain missions have been finished. It's a whole stupid thing. You lost all your progress, right?
Sure did. Wow, Matt, you hit the nail on the head. If only I knew some Magnum Dong loser who played this game an ungodly amount of times and could fill me in on anything I missed that would be worth mentioning.
Well, lucky for you, I'm a Magnum Dong loser. Let me break it down for you. After meeting up with Mayor Mustache and killing the Stiff, Kyle eventually finds his way to Guy, who is now the crime boss who runs Metro City's Japantown. He sicks a crazy tattoo artist on you whose ass you kick, and then everyone just becomes friends.
What?
Meanwhile, other criminals from Italian Town decide to burn down Guy's house, with you in it. It's a horrible escape mission with a time limit that doesn't fuck around. After that, some generic edgelord called Blades starts pestering you, cause he's the new bad guy, I guess. And then suddenly, Cody appears, remember him? Who's now become a drug zombie because he injected himself with the T-virus from Resident Evil. Also, seems like Blades is not the new bad guy, but is instead working for the only priest Metro City has.
Ooh.
You then kill Blades, only for the Stiff to show up again, who's now a weird monster that eats rats. See, Kyle finds a secret umbrella lab deep underground where someone is resurrecting all the defeated bosses. So you'll fight zombie monster Blades again. The porn theater guy shows back up. And they're all named after the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Because subtlety. Also, don't forget this 10 tub of fuck right here.
Damn.
Gross. While that shit is happening, the city is being ripped
admit.
apart by all the other drug zombies, and Hagar doesn't even care anymore. He just leaves the game by this point. So it's up to Kyle to have the frustrating and tedious final fight against 2 bosses at the same time on top of a church, and it's the worst thing ever.
Well, thanks, Matt. I'll always remember you.
Great. So, hey, do you, need my address so you can ship my game back or something? It's really
Yeah.
Well, that settles it. All right, first one to get fucked up is Final Fight Streetwise.
Okay,
and since
Final
it's
Fight
written in a graffiti font, let's do it graffiti style. And I'll even use the game's own barf shit piss palette.
Oh, damn. He really went there. I hope that's not expensive.
And you, Final Fight Revenge, I will spare you a spray painting and instead condemn you to a long and drawn-out process of Sega Saturn disc rot. You will forever be placed in a dark corner in the nerd room where the chemicals in your plastic degrade and you slowly wither.
Well, that's true evil right there. Leaving a game in a corner. So 20 years later, someone can stumble upon it and play it. That's evil. It's like Jumanji for the board game with the game and turn it into a video game. Oh boy, that was good. Yeah, some of it was bad, but you know what? It wasn't that bad. I mean, the grey fog. I don't understand what was going on with that. I mean, it was like a town of Silent Hill. Even the cafeteria had that sort of Silent Hill vibe going on. I don't know. But anything with mist looks like Silent Hill, so you can't really call it Silent Hill. But yeah, it's a disgrace. I know I've disgraced myself comparing Silent Hill to this. It's a shame. Shame on me. I've sinned. You know, Silent Hill is amazing. But yeah, that was a good. No, the video game looks sucky. It looked sucky. There's no save features. First of all, let's get that out of the way. If I was playing halfway through the game and nothing saved, I would have been so fucking pissed. I don't think I would ever play it again. I mean, And there's really no way to know how to save the game because you have to sort of explore. And what happens if the game just crashes halfway through or something like that? Yeah, that's sucky. Every game should have an autosave feature. That should be standard procedure. But no, of course not. Why? Why did he think that it was just gonna autosave? Of course, no. You have to manually save because shitty games obviously have to torture you, and because they couldn't afford to program and move their fingers 2 inches to program a piece of code that autosaves. They couldn't do it. It was too much. But yeah, that was good. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure to give a like, comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.